Welcome to the perfect low ticket offer masterclass. Buckle up, get ready. In this deep dive, in-depth video guide and video training, you will see and learn a brand new way and highly effective way to leverage AI to not only gain a massive competitive advantage on the market, but also primarily to acquire and also delight high value premium customers and clients for your signature offers on demand, profitably, predictably, by utilizing something that I call personalized AI generated low ticket offers or personalized AI generated info products. Buckle up, very likely you have not seen this yet, and this has a massive potential to positively transform your business and help you create massive quantum leaps and breakthroughs in your business like probably nothing else. Let's begin. Alongside with this video, you also get free instant access to other additional resources that are relevant for this particular video, including this Canva whiteboard here that I'm sharing on my screen that contains these gorgeous looking diagrams and charts and all the notes and highlights and insights in the very condensed executive summary way. And to get free instant access to everything, simply click the link somewhere here below this video and join my private free community called Mission Accelerator. And if you're watching this inside Mission Accelerator already, you will find links to these resources here below this video. First of all, is this video even relevant to you? I want to honor your time, so here it is. This video is perfect for you if you meet all of these criteria. First of all, your business, you're a business owner in any of these types of businesses. For example, you might be an info/e-learning business owner. You might be selling online courses, memberships, communities, certifications, info products, various e-learning programs. You might be a coach or a consultant in the business, health, wellness, relationship niches, or B2B, B2C. You might be an agency owner in the marketing, sales, tech, AI, automation space. And also you might be a software company or SaaS, software as a service company. So if this is you, then keep on going. You will absolutely love this. And also very important, this is relevant for you if your core offer, what generates and makes it the bulk of your money and profit, is some form of a mid-ticket or high-ticket offer in the range of, let's say, $300-$500 and more, up to $20,000-$30,000. You are delivering clear results already and transformations to your customers and clients, and you have some kind of a sales process already in place that involves either live calls, so think of one-on-one sales calls or one-on-one onboarding calls or group calls potentially, then various strategy sessions, demo calls, for example, like for SaaS, and you either have a sales rep that is closing deals for you, or you are actually, as a founder or business owner, also conducting some of the sales calls. So if you meet this criteria or condition, then this masterclass is perfect and ideal for you. Before we go into the juiciest part of this masterclass, allow me to introduce myself. My name is Klemen, please call me Clem. I am best known as a former Chief Marketing Officer and Head of Growth of Mindvalley.com. Most likely you might have heard of this amazing, fascinating company, which today is the world's largest online education company for everything personal transformation and personal development. I highly recommend Mindvalley. All the programs are life-changing on so many levels, and I'm proud to share that I was one of the key leaders at Mindvalley and led one of the largest teams at Mindvalley and helped Mindvalley 5x revenue, fully bootstrapped without external funding, and actually scale Mindvalley from roughly $20 million US dollars in annual sales to over $100 million in annual sales for various e-learning programs and info products such as courses, memberships, communities, and also high-ticket offers. My work has generated over $300 million in online sales for various e-learning programs and info products, and I've managed over $100 million in online advertising spend, primarily on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and Google platforms. Let's now jump straight into the juiciest, most important, and most valuable part of this masterclass, which is the topic of personalized AI-generated low-ticket offers and personalized AI-generated info products. So I will use these two acronyms, PLTOs and PIPEs, interchangeably because personalized AI-generated info product is a product. It's how you deliver value, but then personalized AI-generated low-ticket offer is the way how you package the whole thing and how you market, position, and frame it on the market with intention to acquire new customers and clients. So let's go straight into the juiciest part. So very likely you have purchased some info products in the past. Now, you might have purchased courses, you might have purchased low-ticket info products such as a workshop, a video, an online course, but there are actually two types of info products, okay? And I'm really making it simple right now. So the first type is static generic info products. By generic and static, I mean that the core content of the info product is the same for all customers. In other words, all customers get exactly the same content. So imagine a workshop, a 90-minute workshop. If you have 100 customers or users requesting this workshop, all 100 customers get exactly the same content. Nothing wrong with that, right? But today, in the world of AI, in the age of AI, where people are already primed to get personalized value in ChatGPT, something way more powerful and valuable has emerged. And this is personalized AI info products. Now, personalized AI info product at the highest level is an info product that is completely personalized, where core content of the product is completely personalized and custom created and custom made for each individual user or customer based on the information they submitted, okay? Now, you can see here an example. So every person, for example, gets a personalized Google document with completely personalized content inside this Google document, but they might also, all of them might also get, in quote, generic video guide that's the same for all customers, that just walks all customers or users through how to use their personalized Google document, okay? Hopefully this makes sense. So that's the core premise of personalized AI info product, where the core value of the content is completely personalized for each individual. Now, let's go a little bit specifically into the methodology of how this actually works in practice. How do you or your automations actually create, generate, and deliver these pipes, personalized AI info products, to your users and customers? So at the highest level, and by the way, there are two types of personalized AI info products or pipes. Paid ones, obviously, that would be a personalized low-ticket offer that you sell for $27, $37, but you can use the same concept also for free pipes, so freebies that are fully personalized for each individual user. But at the highest level, the creation and delivery of these pipes or personalized AI info products works exactly the same. So I will give you an example for a paid offer, for example. So customer buys your low ticket offer, for example. Then immediately after your customer goes through all those order bumps and upsells and all the books on the morning call, eventually you ask the customer to submit their information, okay? So this is quite similar like an agency work, for example. For you to deliver the service, you need some input information from the customer. So essentially, customer or the user submits their information to you. We call this customer information. This will be typically done through a web form that will look something like this. It starts with a lead capture form, and then on the next step, in fact, if I just give you an example here, let's say, and then on the next step, the customer, the user starts answering some questions, basically a questionnaire that how they provide information that you need to create personalized content for them, okay? And then once your automation receives this information from the user, then you use AI and AI automation such as N8N or Make to actually generate a personalized AI info product for the customer. So basically here you can see here, you take customer information or customer inputs, then you merge this, you run this through your own prompts that have been engineered by you based on your knowledge, context, and domain of expertise, right? And then what comes out essentially is a personalized Google document, in this case, or an audio file even, personalized audio file, as I'll give you a demo right now, and also a video. And then basically your automation sends this Google Doc, all the audio, personalized audio files or video files back to the customer via email, SMS, or WhatsApp text. And then you can add some delays here and so forth. But essentially, this is how the whole mechanism and tech actually works. In short, the user needs to submit their information. Then your automation receives this information, runs them through your AI prompts that you've created, and this is all automated, by the way. This needs to be automated in order to scale. Then your automation just sends the whole thing back to your customer, and what customer receives is a Google document, that personalized Google document. Now, let me give you an example, right? So again, you will find the link also here below. But for example, if you visit my personal website, this is klemenstruc.com, you will find here a bunch of personalized resources on here. But one of them is actually this freebie, actually, personalized AI info product ideas done for you, right? So here, basically, my automation will create for you ideas for your personalized AI info products, right? So as you can see here, you provide your expertise and what problems are you solving and what dream outcomes or results or transformations you help people experience, what are your credentials, and basically a few touch points, a few bits of information that my automation that I need to actually create advice and recommendations for you, okay? And then what you will get back are 2 emails. Here's an example. Ideas for your info products are ready, and then a new voice message for you. This voice message, by the way, completely personalized, AI generated using my synthetic voice. And let's say the Google document that has been personalized for this demo user, by the way, Sam Jones is a demo fictional user that I just put into the form, okay? But essentially all content in this Google document that is in the gold color here has been completely personalized for this fictional user, in this case, Sam Jones, right? So we can see here what information Sam Jones has provided, and then immediately here, ideas for your personalized AI info products. And of course, when you submit this form and you hopefully provide correct, accurate information about your expertise and your ideal customers, then you will get personalized AI info product ideas that will be beautifully aligned with who you are, what you do, and who do you want to serve and how do you want to serve them. And then this document here, as I mentioned here, all this content is completely personalized for this particular user. So when you will see here completely different content, by the way, because you will provide different information, right? And here are just ideas for personalized low ticket info info product, right? So this is just one example of a freebie, actually. You can use, as I mentioned, personalized AI info products as freebies, or even better, the most powerful way is to use them as personalized low-ticket offers, such as $17, $27, or $37 offer, okay? And then here's another superpower, an audio message, okay? So this audio message was completely AI generated for this fictional user, Sam Jones, using a prompt, using 11 labs, and then sent automatically to the person using a simple automation. And I'll just play just a little bit so that you can see, and you might actually recognize my voice. It's not completely accurately mine, but it is very close. So let's hear this.
Welcome, Sam, to the exciting world of personalized AI info products. My name is Klemen, and congratulations for ordering the creation of the ideas for your personal...
The accent is very close. It's somewhere there, not yet completely there, but you can see here a live demo of how this whole thing works, okay? Super, super powerful. So now let's continue into, now let's go straight into like the real superpower of personalized AI info products here in the middle, okay? So as you can see here, pipes merge, combine the best of both worlds, of two important worlds. On one side here, you have do-it-yourself generic info products. Best sides of static generic info products, it is very scalable. For example, let's say if you have a PDF document or a 90-minute workshop and you put it there on a website and your funnel, you can drive tons of traffic there. There's no manual delivery, there's no manual fulfillment, very scalable. This is the same for personalized AI info products. The second benefit of just do-it-yourself info products, low price, right? So that's the good side, the good side of do-it-yourself info products, okay? Now, info products have some downsides, as you can see here. First of all, lower perceived value. So people know a $27 workshop, like they will perceive it as less valuable than a $5,000 service, right? That makes sense. Then of course, lower or no personalization at all. All these do-it-yourself info products are completely generic, static. Everyone gets the same content. And also typically low-ticket offers, low-ticket personalized, low-ticket generic info products lead to poorer results compared to, let's say, services, right? Because people just consume, a very low percentage of people actually take action, does something with this knowledge, right? So these are the downsides of do-it-yourself info products, but personalized AI info products bring the best of this, scalability and low price, okay? Now, also pipes bring in the best of done-for-you services, okay? So the best, the most important part, and you will see me reference this again in the next few minutes, is that done-for-you services have higher perceived value. People naturally perceive a done-for-you service as way more valuable than a generic info product, because services, just people know that in order for a vendor or a provider to deliver the service, they need to invest more time and effort to deliver it than just some kind of automated info product. And pipes, as you will see, pipes or personalized AI info products have much higher perceived value when you position and frame them as a service, not as an info product. And this is one super important part about marketing and framing and positioning personalized low-ticket offers. You do not position that as a workshop or a Google Doc or an info product. You don't position pipes as info products. You position them as done-for-you services. In fact, you position them as personalized, custom-tailored, done-for-you services. And when you couple this with a low-ticket price, as I'll show you in just a bit, that leads to impulsive purchases, and this unlocks massive superpowers for your business, okay? Now, pipes also have another superpower of done-for-you services, which is just high personalization, as I've shown you a demo. So when you deliver your Google document, for example, to each individual person, it will be highly personalized, or audio messages, right? And of course, this also leads to greater results because the value is more personalized. People are far more likely to take action on what they receive, and this leads to greater results, yes? Of course, done-for-you services have a downside as well, which is typically a higher price, right? Simply because a traditional done-for-you service requires more manual labor, more time invested by the vendor or provider. That means that they need to increase the prices, but that means that not everyone can afford it, right? So basically high price in this context. And by the way, we are talking about here about customer acquisition, okay? How do you acquire customers, new customers at scale, which we'll cover that in just a bit, okay? And also, done-for-you services are not scalable. Like if you're delivering all labor and service manually by hand or your team, this is not scalable, creates bottlenecks. It's impossible to serve 1,000 clients at any given time without also having massive overhead with people team, creating chaos in your processes and internal workflows and so forth, right? So to summarize, basically what I'm trying to say here is personalized AI info products are positioned as personalized done-for-you services coupled with the low ticket price, and that's what creates a magnetic, irresistible offer, especially when you run such personalized low ticket offers on cold traffic, on paid ads, where people have the highest level of skepticism, lowest level of trust. People don't know you yet, don't trust you yet, but when they see an offer that's tailored to them, that's positioned as a personalized, done-for-you service, coupled with a low no-brainer price, this attracts premium clients and customers for your back-end high-ticket offers. Okay, so now we've covered high-level overview, what personalized AI info products are, and a little bit of what their superpowers are. Now let's go to the next thing here, which is I've already given you a demo. Now let's go to the superpower of personalized low-ticket offers. Let's go a little bit deeper. Okay, here now, in order to understand the superpower of personalized low-ticket offers, you first need to just refresh your memory. What is the real superpower or just normal traditional low ticket offers? Okay, this is very, very important. So low ticket offers, as you might know, if you ask me, the biggest superpower is that with a low ticket offer, let me zoom this in a little bit. With a low ticket offer, you liquidate 50 to 100% or even more of your ad spend on day one, okay? So that's a massive comparison, and we'll compare this to other lead generation methods like webinars and free demos and discovery calls and what's the appointments funnels and all these other lead generation methods that typically take way longer for you to actually even to recover your ad spend and liquidate ad spend and even break even. So that's the superpower, okay? When you run paid ads directly to a sales page that sells at $27, let's say info product, you will, unless you really mess up with the offer, okay, unless your offer is really weak and you're completely misconfigured the whole thing, okay, you should be liquidating at least 50% of ad spend on day one, okay, if not even more. Some of our offers, typically when we launch our offers, we go to 80, 100% or even more on day one, which means that we put in $1 in. For every dollar that we get in, we get back $1 or even more on day one, okay? Now normally as we start to scale our ad spend, this ROAS, it's called return on advertising spend, day one ROAS would typically go down, which is totally natural. But even if you liquidate just, in quotes, 50% of ad spend, even if you get just $0.50 back for $1 that you invest on day one, remember, on day one, still this brings so much lower capital risk, okay? And I'll explain this in just a bit what that means when I cover this chart. When you have lower capital risk, or when less of your capital that you deployed in paid ads is at risk, okay? This means way less stress and anxiety for you as a business owner, okay? I'll touch upon that in just a bit, okay? Also, because you liquidate faster ad spend, also another superpower is what I call higher sales velocity, okay? So by sales velocity is how many conversions happen in a given time frame, sales conversion. So obviously for a low ticket offer, when you drive traffic to a low ticket offer, you will have way more sales happening because the price is lower, way more sales. For example, if you drive traffic, let me give you another extreme. If you drive traffic directly to a $10,000 offer, you will have less people buying, and the average value of that purchase will be of course higher, but because it's a much lower sales velocity, it just takes way longer to learn. But when you have higher sales velocity, when you're getting 5, 10, 20, 50 low ticket sales a day, okay, this means shorter feedback loops back to not only to the Metas or Facebook's ad delivery mechanisms and the optimization engine and the AI, but also to you. You see which ad creatives work immediately on day one, which messaging angles work, which headlines, which video sales letters. So much shorter feedback loops, which leads to faster optimization, which leads to more profit and just faster growth of your business. Just this higher sales velocity, okay? Compared to any other lead generation or client acquisition method. Again, this might be webinars, freebies, challenges, summits, appointment booking funnels that typically have a way longer payback period, sales cycle, and also liquidation cycle, ad spend liquidation cycle. Okay. The second benefit is that, very important, is that with a low ticket offer. Now remember, we are still talking about just a normal low ticket offer. We haven't even touched the personalized low ticket offer, okay? So, but it's good to understand the superpowers of just generic low ticket offers, okay? With a low ticket offer, in fact, let me bring you to the funnel so that you will briefly see visually how this looks, okay? So here you have a low ticket funnel will typically look something like this. You would have paid ads. You would drive paid ads directly to the sales page that would typically have a video sales letter, a 2-step order form with, let's say, 2 order bumps here, and then you have 1-click upsell number 2, 1-click upsell number 2, and then from here onward just depends on what your backend offer is. So this is what I refer to a low ticket offer funnel here, okay? Traffic directly to the sales page with a video sales letter, a 2-step checkout form, then order bumps, 1-click upsell number 1, 1-click upsell number 2, and then you have the backend mechanism here, okay? So this funnel will typically will filter out unqualified leads, okay? So if I go here, so filter out, this funnel is designed to filter for buyers and action takers, people who are in the problem or solution stage of awareness. So there's different stages of awareness. You might know that your future customers and clients are going from completely unaware, which is people that you do not want to target. Then you have problem aware people who are aware of the problem that they have that you can solve, but they don't yet know what the best solution is. Then you have the next stage is solution aware people who already know that what you do actually is the solution, okay? But they haven't found that the best provider or the best vendor, for example. And then you have product or brand aware, people who know that like you can help them, that they want to work with you, right? And ideally with these low ticket offers, you want to target from problem aware and up. So problem aware and solution aware, this is where the sweet spot. And this by default filters out for buyers and action takers, right? Because people who pay $17 or to $37 are up to 10 times more likely to consume content, okay, that they get, to watch it, or to watch and use what they purchased, compared to freebie seekers who just opt in and just then don't go in. These people have more skin in the game already, okay? Then these people are far more likely to book your demo call or next one-on-one or group call that happens typically inside the funnel after they went through this funnel here. So somewhere in this funnel, typically after they reach this order complete page, as you can see here, typically you would get people to book an onboarding call, a strategy call, which can be a one-on-one call, it could be a group call, it could be a trash call, right? So, but just get people to actually book. These people who buy a low ticket offer, we typically see 70 to 90% booking rates. And that's another thing here. Show up rates here for these people are crazy, are 70 again to 90% and more, okay? Compare these to, if you've ever run any appointments funnel, you know that these numbers are, these numbers are like really good, okay? Also, as I mentioned, show up rates are, they're far more likely to show up for the call, and also they're far more likely to pay $1,000 and more for your backend core signature offer, okay? And these low ticket offers also build trust and warms up your leads so much faster than everything else, simply because they will watch more, they will consume more, they will use more, okay? And also deliver first wins and instant results, okay? So these are just the powers of a low ticket offers. Just, we haven't even touched personalized low ticket offers, okay? Now, before I go to that, now another superpower, this is also, I just recently purchased a low ticket offer from a person, from a guy called Mike Buentempo. I hope I pronounced his name correctly. And it was one of the best actually low ticket programs that I've purchased. Really amazing. I highly recommend it. Just Google Mike Buentempo. He is really like just amazing, okay? And one of the things that he shared in his workshop is something related to capital velocity and sales velocity essentially. But basically, I created my own chart. I want to give full credit to Mike, by the way, and because he just beautifully described the same thing that I've been doing for a long time, but he just described it from a slightly different angle. And this angle is here is break-even point, also how fast you actually, how much capital you have at risk. So let me give you, here you see this chart here, okay? So this chart represents here, in fact, let me just bring my pen here and I will bring this. So here you have return on advertising spend. So this is primarily driving cold traffic, paid ads, okay? Running paid ads and with intention to acquire new customers, turn strangers into your first customers. So here you have return on advertising spend, really important. And here you have days, okay? So this chart essentially measures how fast you first break even, so on your ad spend, yeah? And of course, the profitability and how much capital you have at risk, okay? Now, this chart compares a low ticket offer. Now remember, we haven't even talked about personalized low ticket offer at this stage, okay? We are just talking about just normal, generic low ticket offers, okay? A low ticket offer versus any other lead generation method under the sun. So think of free webinars where people need to first opt in and then the webinar sells something. Or a challenge, again, people opt in for a free challenge which then sells something else. Then you have the appointments funnel. People go and book a call and answer a few qualifying questions, for example. Then you have the application funnel. Let people first go through a questionnaire, a screening application, and then if they're qualified, they book a call. Then you have summits, then you have freebies, then you have probably various quiz funnels, right? You compare any other lead gen here with intention to acquire customers against low ticket offer, and you will see something like this. With a low ticket offer, on day one, you are already liquidating at least 50% of ad spend because you invest $1,000 into ad spend, for example, and even if you liquidate only in quotes 50%, that means you get $500 immediately back, okay? And if you get $500 back, you collect $500 of cash. Now on day one, you no longer have $1,000 of your capital at risk, okay? Because you already received back half of it. So now you only have 50% of capital at risk, okay? So that's one way of seeing it, okay? And then with each next day in your low ticket offer funnel, your return on advertising spent ROAS will go up gradually. It just evens up over time. And you will typically reach a break-even point. Again, this is at scale. This is when you're spending when you start with $100 or $200 or $300 a day, it is not unusual to actually hit the break-even point on day one immediately. But as you start scaling, the ROAS will typically go down. Day one ROAS will go down. This entire chart will go down a little bit, the line here, simply because the traffic is perhaps a little bit of a lower quality and so forth. But essentially, you reach a break-even point with this funnel on average between, let's say somewhere here, between day 5 and day 7 and 8, right? And what's important that you reach this break-even point typically on a complete autopilot, okay? Very, very important, without you even speaking to somebody, to anyone yet at this time, okay? And also you liquidate the vast majority of your ad spend before you even speak with somebody, okay? Very, very important. Now, if you compare this to any other lead generation method, so again, think of webinars, free challenges, free summits, free quizzes, appointment booking funnels, screening applications, mini courses, freebies, lead magnets, you name it, you will typically liquidate some of your ad spend on average when everything levels up, like only on somewhere here, day 7, day 8, as you can see here. Okay, I'll bring my red pen here. Somewhere here, okay? So for the first 7 days, okay? For the first 7 days, you're not generating any sales, you're just generating leads. For the first 7 days, you have all your capital that you've invested. So if you're spending $1,000 a day, you have $7,000 here in this range, in this time range, at risk. Okay, and also the feedback loop is so much shorter compared to this one, right? So hopefully this makes sense. So break even much faster with low ticket offer, as you can see here. As I mentioned, lower, let me go here. Lower, that means that you have a lower percentage of your capital at risk, and also less stress for you as an anxiety as a business owner. I can tell you, I have a lot of friends who have high ticket offers, and some of them have been relying or were relying on just typical appointment funnel when there's some kind of a freebie or some kind of a questionnaire, people book a call, and then sales team comes in, they have a triage, two-step close, 2 cold calls, and then the sales cycle is typically 14 days to 30 days, and I can, like, these people like really have a hard time sleeping because they're investing $500, $1,000, $2,000 a day into ads. They don't see immediate return. It comes with a massive time delay. And not only that, because the sales is dependent on manual closing, okay, that brings another human factor to the whole point, to the whole equation. Humans have emotions, we have sick days, we have leave days, we have public holidays, we have good days, we have bad days, right? So hopefully you now see here, okay? That's the main superpower of low ticket offers. Now let's go into the superpower of personalized low ticket offers. Again, to refresh your memory, by personalized low ticket offer, I am referring to an offer where the core content of the offer is completely personalized for each individual customer based on the information they submitted. I've already shown you this, okay? So let's go here into superpower. So the most important hidden superpower is that when you position your personalized low ticket offer not as an info product, but as a personalized, custom tailored, done for you service, okay? Done for you service, I want to emphasize, done for you service. This will naturally attract high value premium customers who prefer done for you services. Okay, let that sink in. Who prefer done for you services and premium experiences, white glove experiences, red carpet type of experiences. These people typically fly business class, first class, and these people are the best possible prospects for your core backend offer. Okay, so let me go another here, and this is another, I will not say common mistake, but when newbies go into start running their low ticket offers, they actually do not design a low ticket offer to be aligned to acquire and attract people who are best fit for the low ticket or for the high ticket offer here. Okay, so in other words, what you need to do, what your personalized low ticket offer needs to have, it needs to radiate the magnetism, okay, or in marketing terms, it needs to be positioned and framed and communicated in such way that it attracts these people, okay, your high ticket customers or clients, people who are willing to or able and ready to pay $500, $1,000, $10,000, $30,000 for your backend core signature offer, whatever that is, okay? That's the essence and the secret of making your low ticket offers work at scale on cold traffic. You need to design them for these people, not for somebody who can afford $27, okay? But somebody who can easily afford $10,000 for your agency service, for example, okay? And the way you do so is just one simple hack, okay? You position your personalized low ticket offer here, not as an info product. I hope I'm drilling this in, okay? Getting my point across, but as a done for you service, okay? That's the holy grail and the secret to making this whole thing work, okay? Because as you might know now, the profit is actually not made in the front end, okay? You can be happy already. I know business owners who are happy just liquidating 60% of their ad spend on day one because they know that they will get so much more profit on the back end, okay? So that's why this back end game essentially is the core determining factor that kind of determines it needs to lead and orchestrate and define everything else you're doing here. Okay, this makes so much sense. Imagine if you let's zoom out of personalized low ticket offers. Imagine you have a high ticket offer, and imagine you create a lead magnet. Now, for surely you will want to create a lead magnet that will attract this type of people. Of course, you would not create just a lead magnet that attracts just, I don't know, people who are not necessarily qualified and fit for this or don't want this, right? It's the same with personalized low ticket offers. So that's the first superpower, is personalized low ticket offers naturally will be magnetic and will attract people who value premium done for you services and are primed to buy your core backend offer. And also, very important in today's age where barely nobody is yet using this personalized low ticket offers, is this will create a massive, let me correct myself, let me be a little more realistic, okay? This will create bigger wow effect to your customers, right? They will be wow, they will be delighted. Oh my universe, this is cool, this is interesting, this is different. Oh my, he created this Google Doc for me here. Okay, cool, interesting. This means that they will remember you more, okay? You will stand out more in their inboxes, on their feeds, on YouTube, Instagram. You will get more attention from them. And as you might know, the more attention they pay you with, the more time they will invest. And the more time they invest into watching, consuming, using your creations, the more likely it is that they will not only buy, but they will buy more and more frequently, okay? So that's the superpower of personalized low ticket offers. Now let's look into what problems are really personalized low ticket offers solving, and this gives you another layer of a reason why you really need to bring this into your business, why I wholeheartedly believe that personalized low ticket offers will be one of the, if not the biggest game changer for your business. So the biggest problem revolves around customer and client acquisition. As you might have noticed, ad costs are rising, attention spans of your customers are collapsing because there's so much information overload coming from this AI slop and all these things. People expect personalization by default. Even grandmothers today receive personalization inside ChatGPT or Gemini. Massive market saturation in every niche. Also, AI leveled up the field, which means that there's no barrier to entry anymore. So anyone typically creating a funnel, creating an info product today is probably 100 times faster, cheaper, and easier than just 3 years or 4 years ago before ChatGPT came into market. Then cold traffic is harder to convert for different reasons because ad cost is rising, people are more skeptical. Then also longer, more skeptical buying cycles because there's so much more solutions that people can choose from. Then also trust recession, there's a bunch of nothing new, scams, gurus, overpromising, and all these things, right? Also problem solved, high capital risk. As we described, we talked about later, just a few moments ago, longer sales cycles in lead generation, manual closing dependence on humans. So these are all problems that are really kind of bottlenecking the scale and scalability, okay? Then another one, if your business model is, this one is like a giant elephant in the room. If you rely on sales calls, for example, nothing probably is worse than you wasting time on no shows or your sales team. Somebody books a call, they take up the calendar slot that somebody else could take, and then this person doesn't show up. Like nothing pisses me off more, by the way. And of course, if this happens, then of course we take responsibility. Why is this happening? Okay. Now there's always a certain no show up rate. There will always be, but ideally you want the show up rate to be 70+% and more, 80% and more, and that's possible with personalized low ticket offers. And of course, it's also possible with massive long questionnaires and screening applications, right? But that just then kills conversions as well. Okay. So then another problem is just wasting time, you or your sales team speaking to unqualified people, right? Like they either don't have the money, are not willing or ready or able to invest, right? So these are some of the problems, biggest problems that personalized low ticket offers solve beautifully. Now let's go briefly also into the funnel structure and funnel stack. This is nothing new, as I mentioned here. It starts primarily with cold traffic. You take people to a sales page that sells a personalized low ticket offer for, let's say, $27. Then here you would have let's say 2 order bumps for additional money. Then you take people to one-click upsell number one, one-click upsell number two, and then they come to the order completed page or thank you page. And then here, if I may zoom in, typically you would just give them straight to the booking calendar and you would invite them to book a call. Now you might frame and position this call as an onboarding call, as a strategy call, as a implementation call, but essentially you might use one-on-one call. Typically we like when you're starting brand new, or especially when you have a large volume, eventually you want to move to group calls also. Just depends on what you sell, right? If you sell a high ticket, really high ticket, $10,000-$15,000, then one-on-one call. But if you sell something on the mid-ticket level, let's say $500,000 offer, a group coaching course perhaps, then you might just want to go with group calls, actually, not actually one-on-one call. But essentially you get people to book a call, they join the call, you deliver value, and then you eventually all the roads lead to a high ticket offer. That's essentially the whole funnel structure. And here's the offer stack, okay? Now, here's one very important part, okay? As we talked about, the hardest part about growing any business is actually customer acquisition. It's not creating products, it's not serving clients, even though this might create bottlenecks, operational bottlenecks and challenges, but by far the hardest part of any business is to get new customers, okay? It's up to, I think, 6 times easier to get your existing customer to purchase more, or again, than it is to get a complete stranger who doesn't know you yet, trust you yet, to purchase from you the first time, okay? So customer acquisition is by far the hardest part, in my opinion, of growing any business, and this is where personalized low-ticket offers also come in beautifully, okay? So we know the following: getting a new person, getting a stranger to buy something from you for the first time, the hardest part. And we also know that those who buy something from you are, I don't know the exact factor here, but are, I will say right now out of my mind, 5 to 6 times or 8 times more likely to buy again, and even immediately after they went through the checkout. And personalized low ticket offer basically play on this psychology, right? So here, how the offer stack works here, let me bring my pen here. So you have traffic. This will typically be cold traffic, primarily Meta's platforms, Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp. Also, YouTube is a little bit difficult to scale on low ticket offers. But anyways, so you will drive traffic to a sales page with a low ticket offer. Here you can expect a healthy conversion rate, so visitor to purchase here is roughly 1 to 3%. It might be even higher if you're doing email promos and people already know you. And then here you have a low ticket offer with 2 order bumps. Order bump take rate here should be somewhere between 20 to 50%. That's how you know you have healthy order bump take rates. Then you take people to a one-click upsell page. This is either another done for you service or a software, or ideally a recurring revenue, a recurring offer. A healthy take rate here should be somewhere between 10 to 30%, so 10 to 30%. Then you have one-click upsell number 2. Here you will have another 10 and 30%, and then all roads lead to your signature backend offer. And if everything goes well, you should be converting 3 to 10% of these low-ticket customers who came here. This all happens on day 1 here, by the way, and then this all happens by day, let's say 30 or day 21 or 30 in the sales cycle. You should be converting, let's say 3 to 10%. Now, 3% if you are a really high ticket, $10, $15, $20,000. 10%, 5 to 10% if you are more on mid-ticket level. Let's say imagine a course for $1,000 or a coaching program. Okay, so that's the offer stack. Now let's go to the next thing, which is very important also: math and unit economics. Okay, so this is also, what have I done here? Just a second. I have moved this arrow. Go back here, like so. Alrighty. So math and unit economics. Okay, so brace yourself. This is left-brainer stuff now. If you're more a creative person, this might feel a little bit overwhelming, but hold with me here, okay? So typically what you will have is, here's a simple calculator, okay? Typical cost per sale on a front end low ticket offer will be somewhere between, it just depends on your niche and your offer, but let's say I'm really going conservative, worst case scenario here, $100, okay? Now this can as well be $75, but I'll just stick to $100, okay? So let's say that your main product that you're selling, the low ticket, personalized low ticket offer, is priced at $37, as you can see here, okay? Let me zoom this in a little bit. Then you have 2 order bumps, each at $37 each. Then you have one-click upsell for $97, so some kind of a recurring done-for-you service or a software. And then you have, let's say, one-click upsell number 2, another basically offer, right? So this is the offer stack, low-ticket offer stack. We call it low-ticket offer stack DNA. And then here what you have is how much of this is actually contributing to the average order value. So the take rate obviously on a main ticket, on a low ticket offer will be 100%. So out of 10 people who buy your low ticket, 10 people have bought your low ticket. So that's the percentage take rate, okay? You can see that this adds an average order value of $37 to the total average order value of this particular, in this model, okay? So right now the total average order value, if you would just sell just the main offer, low ticket offer without any order bumps, you would be averaging $37 per order, and that means you would be burning cash, quite a lot of it, right? So if it costs you $100 to acquire a person to pay you $37, then you're losing $63 and your ROAS is below 1, right? So you can see here. Okay, but now let's say that you have a 30% take rate on these order bumps. So each of these 2 order bumps will now add additional $11 to your average order value, as you can see here. So each next order bump increases your total average order value, right? So by the time somebody reaches the one-click upsell page, you are already at 60% ROAS. Sorry, ROAS is measured as a factor, not as a percentage. So you already are here at 0.6 ROAS, meaning $1 in, 60 cents back. You're still burning cash, right? But you're liquidating, as you can see here, 60% of your total ad spend on autopilot on day one, which is super powerful, right? And also you can see here all these things here. Let me bring my pen. All these things here, all this stage here, this is all day one, as you can see here. Okay, wonderful. Now, then you have one-click upsell number 1. Let's say a healthy take rate 20%, and then another 20% on the upsell number 2. So you're adding additional $19 and $10 for each of these stages in the checkout process. So by the time somebody reaches this page here, okay, this page here, so order completed page, they have went through all the order bumps and upsells. Okay, now you're looking at average order value in this model, $88. Okay, which means that your ROAS is 0.88, meaning that you are liquidating on day one 88% of your own capital that you're investing. Okay, you're still burning cash, right? But remember, the whole point of this personalized low ticket offer funnel is not to make profit here, but it's to actually attract amazing customers for your backend offers. Okay, and this is where magic comes in. Okay, so this is where the magic comes in. So let's say that you have I call this a delayed upsell that typically happens on day 7 to 30, so still within the typical monthly cash flow cycle or the rolling 30-day period. Okay, that's one way of measuring cash flow sustainability and expenses. So you have an offer, let's say $10,000 offer, and let's say that with a good back-end sales process, you close 3% of these people into this offer, and this adds another $300 to the average order value for this entire funnel, which brings your total average order value and your ROAS to 3.8. So now you're banking, now you're printing. Okay, now let's say that conservatively you're just closing 1.5% here. Okay, or let's say 1% here. Okay, let's say that you're still learning the ropes, that you're closing 2% here. You're putting in, for every $10,000 that you put in, you get back, let's say, $28,000. Okay, now of course there's also people costs and you have other operational expenses, but you can see here how this really math starts to play in your favor with this type of a funnel. Okay, and let's say that you should have, by the way, a delayed upsell number 2, which should be a mid-ticket offer. The best way to actually position this is when people come into your low ticket offer, you first take them and seek high ticket customers. This is the signature offer. You first qualify them if they are fit for this. If yes, you close them into this or you offer them this. If you realize that they are not fit for this for whatever reason, then you downsell into a medium ticket offer, and here you will convert also, let's say 3 to 5 to 10%, just depends on your sales mechanism, how to use it. And again, by the end of day 30, basically you are operating with a ROAS that will be ranging from 3 to 5. Okay, this is very realistic, by the way, because if you bring down with good ad creatives, let's say, and amazing video sales letter, and really you nail the messaging, you can bring down this, let's say, to $60, the cost of acquiring a new customer, and then this really then starts adding up massively. Okay, so now you also understand the unit economics and the whole thing works. Okay, so now we covered your unit economics. Now finally, your next step, I invite you to join my private community called Mission Accelerator, where you can get access to add-on resources for free. By the way, my community right now, at the point of me recording this, is still free. In the future, it will likely be a paid community, but right now, you can still get in for free. Today, it's February 23rd. You will get this Canva whiteboard, and so much more is waiting for you inside. And of course, by the way, and also order your ideas for your personalized AI info products. Okay, this is free here. Just go here to my website, and probably one of the first will be a freebie. This is completely free. Click here, submit some of your information, and you will receive a Google Doc like this with some ideas to get you started, and also you will get an AI generated voice message from me. That's it. I hope you enjoyed it. I would love your feedback. I cannot wait to hear your feedback, to see your questions, to help you scale your business massively, and also make sure to subscribe on my YouTube channel to get more amazing resources like this one. May the force be with you, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. All the best.